Make sure y'all phones are silent. You ain't already done it. Shalom, 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 Israel. First, giving honor to the Most High and the Son, Yahawashi. Today's class, to know better is to do better. Simple concept. Statement we've all heard, we've all said. To know better is to do better. Or knowing is half the battle, right?
That's right.
But the thing is, there's a difference between just knowing and not doing, and knowing and doing. We're still struggling with that part of the situation. We know what we need to be doing. We know what happened that led up to the situations that we're going through. But we're still not doing the better part of it. We're still not doing what we need to do to be on the better end of the spectrum. So let's go and hop right into it. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulty. We got everything squared away here. Shalom, Israel, again, man. Today's class is to know better. To know better is to do better. Let's hop right into it. Give me Romans 15:4.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Was written for what?
For our learning.
So to know better is to do better. It was written for our learning, for us to know so we can henceforth do what needs to be done. Right? Read, bro.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures.
Through what?
Through comfort of the scriptures.
Through patience and comfort of the scriptures, read.
Might have hope.
Might what?
Might have hope.
So let's get into it, right? Baruch 3:1. Again, to know better is to do better. So the concept we've all heard, a phrase we've all said or heard at some point, but we know, but we're not doing better. So let's get into it. Read that. Baruch 3:1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 1. O Lord Almighty, God of Israel, the soul in anguish.
The what?
The soul in anguish.
Read.
The troubled spirit cry unto thee. Hear, O Lord, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have put pity upon us.
He's saying have what?
Put pity upon us.
Read it again, bro. And have pity upon us.
And have pity upon us, because we have sinned before thee.
Because what?
We have sinned before thee.
Remember, we just read in Romans, it said, these things were written aforetime were written for our learning. So if we are operating a certain way and it's outside of the light of Christ, we need to know so we can do better, right? Read that part again, bro.
Hear, O Lord, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have pity upon us, because we have sinned before thee.
Read.
For thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly.
What's Israel going through right now?
And we perish utterly.
We're still perishing right now. Right now. Right now. We know the word is out. The spirit is moving. The word is coming out. But are we doing what needs to be done? Again, to know better is to do better. Or to know better is to do better. Read it again, bro. Verse 3.
For thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly.
Because we are not implementing the things that are being brought to our attention. You have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You can have all of the knowledge in the world, but wisdom is implementing that knowledge. Read.
O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Hear what?
Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Man, we out here. A lot of our people are out here, spiritually dead.
That's right.
The walking dead. With your fringes on. Still straddling the fence. Still living in the darkness, man. Knowing. Precept up and down.
That's right.
Precept of proverb. Know exactly what's going on in the scriptures, but ain't doing a damn thing. To know better is to do better, man.
Right.
Read, bro.
Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children, which have sinned before thee.
What they did?
Which have sinned before thee.
What we still doing, bro?
Which have sinned before thee.
Read.
And not hearkened unto the voice of their God. For the which caused these plagues cleave unto us.
He said, for which these plagues cleave unto us. So if we know that we've sinned, and we know that we've put ourselves in a precarious situation because of the actions or the lack of actions that we've done, we know that now. So what's the next step? Remember, knowing is half the battle.
That's right.
Knowing gives you an advantage to be better. Knowing gives you an advantage to do better. Knowing gives you that advantage. But we disregarding it. Remember, it just said we don't hearken. One ear and out the other. Let's get more on that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Let's see what these plagues. Let's see what it's talking about. Read it, bro.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses come upon thee, and shall pursue thee.
Hold on. He said, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. That's what those plagues are, Bruce.
That's right.
That's what those plagues are, sis. That's what those plagues are, Israel. We still being plagued by these curses right now.
That's right.
With the fringes on. With your head wrap, with your mitre on, sis with a head wrap, with your fringes hanging down to the floor, with your zeeks. We still going through these things.
Right.
Read, bro.
And overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Till what?
Till thou be destroyed.
Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because of what?
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Ain't that what the same thing that you just read in Baruch?
That's right.
The exact same thing.
That's right.
Thee, and not hearken unto the voice of their God. Read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes, which he command thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
He said these plagues were going to be upon us for a sign and for a wonder. Read.
And upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
Because we did not listen. Because we did not do what we said we would do. Because we came up short on our end of the bargain. This is a blueprint. This is our heritage. This is our map. It's giving us the game ahead of time so we don't have to go through the same thing.
That's right.
It's giving us the game ahead of time so we don't fall in the same trap. It's giving us the game ahead of time so we don't fall into the same snare. It's giving us the game so we don't fall into the same net. But we ain't using it. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We got all of the knowledge. Skimming through the book, being king precept, but ain't doing what the precepts say.
That's right.
But ain't following the commandment of your God. But ain't walking in the light of Christ. Go back. Baruch 3 and 4.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 4. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God.
Slow yourself down, bro. Slow yourself down. Read.
For the which caused these plagues, cleave unto us.
Because we ain't want to listen, because we didn't serve the Lord with all our heart and with all our soul, with that joyfulness. These plagues are cleaved upon us. Even today, right now, still today. Right now, we still going through this.
That's right.
Read.
Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art the Lord our God.
For what?
For thou art the Lord our God.
Read.
And thee, O Lord, we will praise. Will we praise? And for this cause, thou hast put thy fear in our heart.
He said, thou hast what?
Put thy fear in our heart.
Read.
To the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee.
Don't that sound like acknowledging that there was something wrong? Acknowledging that something was off. They know from the accounts of the forefathers that we did not do right.
That's right.
So therefore, it's time for us to do right. We knew better. We know now. So let's do better. Let's do what we need to do. Love your brother like you love yourself. Love the Most High and His Son. Do away with all darkness and malice and hatred and busybody. Do away with these things. To know better is to do better. The blueprint was already laid. All we had to do was follow it. But because we didn't follow it, we got to deal with these plagues. We got to deal with these curses. We got to deal with these dark times. We got to deal with a destroyed mind state. We got to deal with a nation of people that are still at the bottom. With a nation of people whose mind has been destroyed off of their own doings. Give me Hosea 5 and 15. We crying unto him. We pleading unto him. But are we doing what we need to do to be heard, though? Are we doing our part to be heard, though? Read that, bro.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
To what?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till they what?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
How long are we going to take for us to acknowledge that we tripped? How long are we going to take till we acknowledge, man, that just because we got our fringes on, we still ain't changed?
That's right.
How long is it going to take for us to acknowledge that, yeah, I've been working around with my fringes for 5 years, but I still got hatred towards my brother. I put my fringes on, but I still don't like how sis be wearing her head wrap. I got my fringes on, but I'm still talking down on my brother. I got my fringes on, but I'm still living in the dark.
That's right.
To know better is to do better. Read it again from the top, bro.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
When times get hard, you get to calling out, Lord, Lord, Lord. But were you doing what you needed to do? Were you on the right end of the spectrum to be able to get brought up out of it? Or were you just coaxing along thinking your friend just had you good?
That's right.
Or were you coaxing along thinking just because you had the glittery head wrap that you were straight? It's more to it. We're coming up short on our end of this bargain. We know the information, but we not doing what's in it. All of the knowledge. Everything right there for you. But we ain't doing a damn thing. Let's go back. Give me 2 Ezra 1 and 25. Read that, bro.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 25. Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you also.
Hold on. What that say?
Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you also.
He said, I will go and return to my place until you acknowledge your offense, right? Read.
When ye desire me to be gracious unto you.
Lord, 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 right? Read.
I shall have no mercy upon you.
Because you knew better. The information was there. You cannot say you ain't know. You got classes coming out week in, week out. You got camp videos coming out week in, week out. You got the word of God and your heritage being blasted week in, week out. You ain't got no room to say you ain't heard of it. You ain't got no room to say you ain't know. You ain't got no room. You ain't got no leg to stand on for an excuse.
That's right.
So when you ain't doing better, when you calling on the Most High, when things are down bad for you, when it's hard out here for you, he say ain't gonna be no mercy, ain't no grace for you because you knew what was up, but you chose not to do better. You knew better, but you ain't do right, right? We all heard that growing up. Mama catch you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. You know better.
That's right.
But that don't mean the belt ain't coming out. That don't mean the punishment stop. That punishment is to reinforce what you already knew. So how long? Read, bro.
Whensoever ye shall call upon me, I will not hear you. For ye have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter.
Read.
Ye have not, as it were, forsaken me for your own selves.
Tell what we did.
Forsaken me for your own
They
selves.
say we have not forsaken the Most High, but we forsaken our own selves, man. We are our own worst enemy. We know exactly what to do to make something shake for us, and we know exactly what to do when things get bad. Because we put ourselves in that position.
That's right.
Talk yourself out of all of the blessings. Talk yourself out of all the good situations. Talk yourself out of everything. And also can talk yourself into it. Remember they say life and death is in the power of that tongue, right?
That's right.
The ball is in your court. What you do with it is how the game gonna turn out. Either you're gonna hit that winning shot, or you're gonna brick. Opportunity for a rebound, but you put the ball up in the other basket. J.R. Smith.
That's right.
Read, bro.
Thus say the Almighty Lord, have I not prayed you as a father his son, as a mother her daughters, and a nurse her young babe, that ye would be my people, and I shall be your God.
He said, man, he established us, man, to be that governing body, to be that light for the world, man. Right. But we chose to act out of character. Read.
That ye would be my children, and I shall be your father. I gather you together as a hen gather her chickens under her wings. But now, what shall I do unto you? I will cast you out of my face.
Hello, what's going to happen?
I will cast you out of my face.
So you know better, but if you ain't checking that spirit, if you ain't building up, if you ain't trying to be the better version of yourself, man, you're going to get cast out.
That's right.
Sadness, darkness, lamentations all around. Don't know up from down. It seems like nothing is shaking for you the way you need it to be.
That's right.
He said you forsaking your own selves. It's there. The knowledge is there. The wisdom is there. The understanding is there. But are you trying to reach out and grab it and do better? Or are you just thinking, cool, I know I'm supposed to wear fringes on. And that's just that. You know how many people we run into that say that they know they Israel?
That's right.
But they ain't doing a damn thing about it.
That's right.
Continuing to coach their life on, thinking, okay, yeah, I know I'm Israel. Like, that's it. Like, you done got your golden ticket. Yeah. Straight for the lake. And what I mean by lake, man, for problems, for sadness, situation after situation. Juggling all of these things, man, and everything is falling to the ground. To know better is to do better. Right? Why not take the advantage of the information? Why not take the advantage of it? Why not? Somebody had to walk that walk for you to even be able to see what's going on.
That's right.
Somebody had to go through it first for them to be able to give you the game on it. So why not take heed from wise words? To know better is to do better. Give me Baruch 3 and 7.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our heart, to the intent that we should call upon thy name, and praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
What's going on, bro?
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Man, we still going through it right now.
That's right.
We still going through it right now.
Right.
All because we choose not to do better.
That's
we
right.
choose not to put into action the things that are being brought to us. The light that is being revealed. The eye salve that is being applied to our eyes. We continuing to throw the veil right back over.
That's right.
So therefore, we still got to go through this captivity. We still going through these things right now, to this day. I bet you if you don't call in for that job, you ain't gonna be able to produce nothing for your family.
That's right.
Pretty sure if you decide, you know what, man, I ain't gonna put no money on the bills. How you gonna cook?
That's right.
How you gonna see in your house? Oh wait, you got candles, huh? Well, what happened when you burn all that wax out? How you gonna get more?
That's right.
How you gonna be warm when the heat get cut off?
Right.
How you gonna eat when that refrigerator on empty? These are things that we setting ourselves up for failure on. We are yet this day in our captivity, man. Read, bro.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach.
For what?
For a reproach.
For a what?
For a reproach.
For a reproach, man. For correction. Read.
And a curse. And to be subject to payment.
Be subject to payments. What you think you being? What payments you think you making?
That's right.
Yeah, we got taxes. Yeah, we got to buy all our things from our enemies. Yeah, but what payments you really think you making? You think you're making a payment to the spirit, or you think you're making a payment to your flesh? You think you're making a payment to make things better for yourself, or you think you're making a payment to continue to dig that ditch deeper? To know better is to do better. Knowing is half the battle. Information is the most advantage and the most important thing you can ever have, man.
Right.
Information. If you a general and you leading your troops, don't you want to have information on the landscape that you're marching on? Don't you want to have information on the country that you're doing battle against? Don't you want to have information on the terrain? Don't you want to have information on how the weather is in that region? Don't you want to have information on how the animals operating? Don't you want information on how to make things easier, right? So why not take the information that's set here for our advantage and utilize it? To know better is to do better. Read, bro.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers.
According to all of the iniquities of our fathers. According to all of those situations that turned out bad because we put ourselves in sin, read.
Which departed from the Lord our God.
Hold up. For you to know, for you to get the game on it, again, somebody had to have gone through it first.
Right.
Somebody had to have dealt with the situation first. But it's time, man. It's time to take these situations, to take these stories, to take this blueprint, man, and utilize it the correct way. Or else we still gonna be out here with these plagues cleaved unto us.
That's right.
Or else we gonna continue to hold our brothers and sisters back. Because we got our fringes on, but we ain't doing a damn thing.
That's right.
We got our head wrap on, but we ain't doing a damn thing. Every step we take forward, we got brothers and sisters taking 19 steps backwards. Give me 2nd Ezra 1 and 31. Let's go back. Read that, bro. 1 and 31.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 31. When ye offer unto me, I will turn my face from you for your solemn feast day.
For your what?
For your solemn feast day.
Read.
Your new moon and your circumcision have I forsaken.
All because we don't want to put into play the knowledge. We don't want to implement the knowledge. We don't want to listen. We don't want to play the role. We don't want to do what we need to do. So it don't matter how many new moons or how many feast days you have. If you operating in darkness, it don't mean a damn thing.
Right, that's right.
It don't matter how many Passovers or how many Feast of Tabernacles or how many whatever you go to. If you still got hatred in your heart for your brother, it don't mean a damn thing.
That's right.
If you coming just to come, just to get sauced up, or just to get a free meal, or just to look at a sister booty, or a sister just to look at a brother, but you ain't doing nothing to increase your life, you ain't doing nothing to increase your spirit, you ain't doing nothing to be the best version of yourself, it's all for naught.
That's right.
It's all for vain. Read.
I sent unto you my servant, the prophet.
He did what?
I sent unto you my servant, the prophet.
Read.
Whom ye have taken and slain.
Hold up, they did what?
Whom ye have taken and slain.
Read.
And torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hand.
He said, man, the people I said to give you that warning, the people I said to give you that game, the people I said to be those father figures for you, you out here treating them ill. You out here defaming and defacing the brothers and sisters. Throwing dirt on their name. In some instances, literally slaying.
Right.
So, what you think gonna happen? Right? He said, what you sow, you reap, right? So God gave you that brother to be that blueprint. I mean, excuse me, not the blueprint, to be that guide. And you turn aside that guide, what you think gonna happen?
That's right.
You got to deal with God.
That's right.
Read, bro.
I will require of your hand, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Almighty Lord. Your house is desolate.
Your what?
Your house is desolate.
Read.
I will cast you out as the wind doeth stubble, and your children shall not be fruitful, for they have despised my commandments.
Hold up, and how do the children despise the commandments?
That's right.
Because they following the examples of the parents. They're following the examples of their leaders. They're following the examples of the heads.
Right.
So if you ain't right, what you think you're doing for your brothers and sisters? What you think you're doing for your congregation? What you think you're doing for your wife? What you think you're doing for your son? What you think you're doing for your daughter? What you think you're doing for your brother?
Right.
You're creating those monsters. You're creating those children that are going to have to go through these plagues and these curses. You're creating children that are going to have to go through their minds being destroyed. You're creating children and brothers and sisters that want to continue to feed and spew negative energy.
Right.
It takes so much more time to build, but it only takes a small, minute time to destroy something.
That's right.
And it seemed like Israel want to take the easy way out and want to continue to spew that defiled bread and destroy, versus taking accountability and ownership and start to rebuild.
That's right.
Start to become that better version of themselves. Start to become that asset. Give me Jeremiah 4 and 22. Let me get there with you, bro. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 22. For my people is foolish.
Hello, he say what?
For my people is foolish.
Man, not paying attention to their blueprint.
For my people is foolish.
What about blocking up their ears when the prophets speak?
For my people is foolish.
What about not even picking up the blueprint to read it?
For my people is foolish.
Read.
They have not known me. They are Sodom's children.
They are what?
They are Sodom's children.
Read.
And they have none understanding.
Well, how come they have none understanding? Who is there set up to give the understanding to the children?
Right.
Who is there set up to give the understanding to the children, man? But not only that, who is taking the time to really show how to do it versus sitting back and just chilling on it? Sitting back and just letting everybody else do things for you versus you going out on the line and leading by example. It's time, man. It's time to take heed to the word of God, man. It's time to take heed to that light, man.
Right.
It's time to take heed to that door. Read it again, bro.
For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are astonished children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil.
They are what?
They are wise to do evil.
Read.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
Man, don't they sound familiar?
That's right. Right.
Don't they sound familiar? I guarantee you right now you can call up 4, 5 different partners. They're going to have a scheme. They're going to have a lick. They're going to have something ready to go. But when you pull out that word, you pull out that Bible, you try to get them talking to them about God, they ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
Man, how this going to help me get to the bag?
That's right.
Man, I've been trying to get at Keisha for the longest, man. How this going to help me get into bed, man? Wise to do evil, but good to have no knowledge.
That's right.
When the knowledge is here. The cheat sheet is right here. The Cliff Notes is in your face. But again, we take the easy route. We go for the darkness versus the light. That hard work builds character.
That's right.
That's why it takes time to build. That's why it takes time to create. Because in the end, your efforts will be paid off. It's not done in vain. But yeah, we just want to show up and everything is already set. It don't work that way.
Right.
Do you think you're really going to appreciate something if you show up and it's already there done for you?
That's right.
Do you think you show appreciation to anything that's already set up for you? I can answer that question for you now, because if you did, we would have been following the law to begin with.
That's right.
If we did, we would have been loving our brothers and sisters like we love ourselves. If we did, we would have been loving on the Most High and His Son. If we did, we would have been doing what was needed to be done. So therefore, anything that's worth having, you got to work for it. It builds that character and it builds that appreciation. You're not just going to tarnish it, do away with it. Think about your children. You buy them a toy, 2 weeks later, the toy broke. Oh, mama just going to buy me another one. Daddy's just going to give me another one. Nah, Pa, you better go find some super glue.
That's right.
You better get out there and mow some lawns and make some money to go buy you a new toy. You'll show more appreciation to it then. It's one thing, man. Israel is really selfish. They have no appreciation for nothing. Try to do something nice for your brothers and sisters. We try to give our less fortunate brothers and sisters, man, clothes, shoes, socks. They wonder why we ain't got no LeBrons to give them. Nah, man, I don't like this pair of shoes. You got another pair? Bro, you have no shoes on your feet right now.
That's right.
What leg do you have to stand on to be out here trying to haggle and finesse something? You should be happy with what's being brought to you because you have nothing already. Selfish and ungrateful. These are the things that we're dealing with. This is why this was set up for us. To know these things, to see these things at the gate and lock the door on it. So we don't have nothing to do with it. So we can go the opposite direction and walk in that light. Now, give me Baruch 3 and 9. Let's go back.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Read.
Hear Israel, the commandment of life. Give ear to understand.
Hold up, do what?
Give ear to understand wisdom.
Read it again, bro, from the top.
Hear Israel, the commandment of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
Do what?
Give ear to understand wisdom.
Are we giving that ear? Are we taking the time out of our day, man, to put that ear towards learning, towards increasing, towards something positive? Read, bro.
How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land?
He said, how happened it that you in the hands of your enemy, man? And that's not just saying the other nations. You in the hands of the people that look just like you.
That's right.
Somebody you call your brother, somebody you call your sister, man. You in the hands of the enemy, man. Giving them opportunity, giving them reign, giving them all of the tools they need to continue to have you at the bottom. Read.
That thou art waxing old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead.
Defiled with what?
With the dead.
With the what?
With the dead.
Man, right now. You know how you dead? By not taking the spirit of Christ.
That's right.
You know how you dead? By not wanting to change your mind. You know how you dead? By not wanting to change how you operate. You know how you dead? By not wanting to be the better version of yourself. Thinking that just because you got your fringes on, everything is honky-dory. You good. You did. You put your brick in for the day. You alright. You got your fringes on. You can be able to bake them fringes in that cake.
That's right.
You can be able to turn them fringes into a soup. To know better is to do better. The information is out there. The Most High is making this information so much, so readily available for you. But are you taking the time to go and get it? Are you taking the time to dive in it? Are you doing your diligent inquest to increase? Read, bro.
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. That thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom.
What they did?
That thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom.
You do that by stopping up your ear, pulling away your shoulder. You do that when the truth come out. But you ain't trying to hear it. You want to continue to live in your lie. You want to continue to live in the illusions that you've created. The delusions of grandeur that you have for yourself. Versus facing the truth and taking ownership and accountability of your mess up so you can build and work towards being better. Read.
For if thou hast walked in the way of God.
So if we had walked in the way of God, if we had kept our end of the bargain, read.
Thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever.
He said we would have had dwelled in peace forever. But that ain't happening right now. That ain't happening and it ain't happening now.
Right.
Because we're still taking this walk for granted. We're still not listening. We're still not implementing the knowledge. We're still being, disobedient and gainsaying children. Read.
Learn where is wisdom.
Hold on. It said, learn where is wisdom.
Right.
So how do you do that? Hold that. Jump over to Sirach 2 and 15. Let me get there with you, bro. Sirach 2 and 15. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his way. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men.
That's where your wisdom is going to come from, man. That's where your wisdom is going to come from. But yet, we don't look at it that way.
That's right.
We don't look at it as us growing. We just take it for granted. Read it again, Root 18.
Verse 18, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord, and not into the hands of man. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Aren't y'all tired? Aren't y'all tired, man, of being in the hands of the Most High, where you getting checked after check after check after check after check? Why not be in his hand to reap the benefits? Why not be in his hand to reap the blessing? He says it's a terrible and fearful thing, man, to be in the hands of the Most High.
That's right, man.
And right now we in the clutches. We just can't get right. Go back. Baruch 3 and 14.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 14. Learn where is wisdom.
One of the first steps, man, is that acknowledgement, man, that having that fear of the Most High, man. Read.
Where is strength? Where is understanding? That thou mayest know. Also, where is length of days and life? Where is the light of the eye and peace? Who hath found out her place?
Hold on. He said what?
Who hath found out her place? Or who hath come into her treasure?
So, who? How do you do that? How do you gain that strength? How do you gain that wisdom, man? How do you gain that length of days, man? That light in your eyes. How do you do it? How do you get it? How do you find that treasure, man? Give me Revelations 3 and 18. Read that, bro.
The book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold, tried in the fire.
This is Christ speaking, man. He said those brothers and sisters, man, that's taking the time to build, to have that character, to have that appreciation. Read.
That thou mayest be rich and white raiment.
That you may wash that garment, man, that you may renew your mind. Read.
That thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear.
The shame
of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve.
And do what?
And anoint thine eyes with eye salve.
Read.
That thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten.
He says, many as he love, I what?
I rebuke and chasten.
Read.
And be zealous therefore, and repent.
And what?
And repent.
And what?
And repent.
So that's how you find that treasure, man. That's how you gain that wisdom. That's where you find where that strength is. That's where you find those length of days, man. You gotta repent. You gotta walk in the light of Christ, man. You gotta wash your garment. You gotta renew your mind. Clothe yourself so you're no longer naked.
Right.
To know better is to do better. The game is given. The instruction is shown to you. All you gotta do is follow it.
Right.
Either what you do at your job, right? Your manager give you instructions on how to work this. Your manager give you instructions on how to do this. You're gonna do it, right?
Right.
So why not? Why not listen to Christ?
That's right.
Why not listen to the Most High? He say, buy me that gold tried in the fire. I want them brothers and sisters that's going through the mud with it.
That's right.
I want the ones that's willing to put that brick in so they can build themselves to be better. I want the ones that's tried and tested. That's 10 toes down, that ain't shaking, no folding.
That's right.
Why not uphold that standard? Let's go back. Baruch 4 and 1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. And all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Give me Proverbs 21 and 16. Let's see why. Let's see why I say that. Let's see why it say that. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out a way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the day.
Shall what?
Shall remain in the congregation of the day.
Let's go back. Read Baruch 4 and 1 again.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life.
Everybody that keep it shall come to life. Everybody that listen shall come to life. Everybody that know what to do and does it shall come to life. Read.
But such as leave it.
But what?
But such as leave
The
it.
ones that continue to stay in the congregation of the dead. Read.
But such as leave it shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Shall what?
Shall die.
Man, aren't you tired of dying? Aren't you tired of seeing the death looming in?
Right?
Day in and day out, every day you wake up is death. Death, death, death.
Right?
Sadness, sadness, sadness. Depression, depression, depression. Heartbreaking pain.
That's right.
It's time, man, to come back into that understanding, man. Time to seek that wisdom. It's time to clothe yourself with that white raiment. That armor of the Most High, man. With that light. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Hold up, do what?
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Do what?
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Read.
That thou mayest be illuminated.
That thou what?
Mayest be
Let's
illuminated.
touch on that. Give me Ephesians 5 and 8. That thou may be illuminated. That you may be illuminated.
Right.
Read that, bro.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 8. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light.
He said you were sometimes darkness because at one point, man, we did not want to do anything. And we still do. We still do. But now, Christ made it easy for us to seek that light. The Lamb without blemish. Laid it on the line for you. To make your walk easier. To make things easier for you. To make it easier for you to serve your God, man, and to love your brother and to love your God.
Right.
You were once in darkness. Read.
But now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light.
Do what?
Walk as children of light.
To know better is to do better. You know now, the information is here. Now it's time to do. Read.
For the Spirit, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth.
Read.
Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord.
He said doing what?
Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord.
And what is acceptable unto the Lord is walking in that light. That you may be illuminated. Right? Read.
Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
But what?
But rather reprove them.
He said, man, have no fellowship, man. I mean, don't fall back into the pit. Don't eat the defiled bread. Don't be the brew that caused another brew to fall.
Right.
Don't be the sister to be another sister fall. Don't unlock that door when that old ego get to knocking.
Right.
Don't let that devil in when they get to trying to scheme it. Read.
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Read.
But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light.
By what?
By the light.
By what?
By the light.
Read.
For whatsoever doth make manifest is light.
Read.
Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleep.
He said, do what?
Awake thou that sleep.
That's that dead, man. That's that dead that's go down to the grave. He said, awake. Awake thou that sleepeth. Wake up from the dead. Read.
And arise from the dead. And Christ shall give thee light.
Shall what?
Shall give thee light.
That thou may be illuminated.
Shall give thee light.
Man, come on, man. To know better is to do better. We know now. Let's do it. Let's put it into action. Go back. Proverbs 4 and 1. Baruch 4 and 1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Read.
Give not thine honor to another.
He said what?
Give not thine honor to another.
Read.
Nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Man, it's just saying, man, don't set yourself up for failure, man. Read.
O Israel, happy are we For things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Hold on, read that again, bro.
Happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Read.
Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemy, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devil, but not to God.
Hold on. He said, we went through these things. It's giving us a reason as to why we went through these things. It's giving us the action that we did that caused us to go through these things. We know now. We know. We were sold unto the nations, man, for being disobedient. We didn't want to listen. We want to continue to provoke the Most High, man, by being out of order. By not walking in the light. By not being illuminated. We know now. We know what we did. Now we know what we need to do. Remember, man, information is key. If you don't know what sin is, or if you don't know that you're in the wrong, how can you get right? If you don't know that you're sick, how can you get better? If you don't know what your symptoms are, how can you get the correct medicine to fight the things that you're dealing with? Think about it. To know better is to do better. We know. Time to take ownership and accountability on that so we can grow. Read.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devil, and not to God. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you, she said, Hearken, all ye that dwell about Zion.
He said what?
Hearken, all ye that dwell about Zion.
He said hearken, right? But we ain't listen. We ain't hearken. Read.
God has brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them.
Man, these things happen, man. The warning was given, man. The game was given. But we ain't listen. We still operate right now like this. The warning is being told. The trumpet is being blown. But we too busy walking around with our headphones in, man, just blocking out everything. It's time to listen to God, man. It's time to listen to that warning, man. Give me Isaiah 5 and 13. Let me get that with you. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 13.
So these things happened to us. We went into that captivity. We still into captivity today. Let's see. Read.
Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
Have did what?
Are gone into captivity.
Read.
Because they have no knowledge.
Because what?
They have no knowledge.
Read.
And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
Man, it's telling you, man. Because we had no knowledge.
Right.
Because we ain't want to listen.
Right.
Because we wanted to do our own thing. Because we wanted to be to have vanity upon vanity. Because we wanted to do what everybody else was doing.
That's right.
We made the walk so much harder for ourselves. Everything was easy. The game plan was set. The blueprint was laid out. All we had to do was walk in it.
Right.
Go back, Baruch 4 and 12.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow, and forsaken of many. Who for the sins of my children?
Who for what?
Who for the sins of my children?
Read.
Am left desolate, because they departed from the law of God.
What Israel do?
Departed from the law of God.
What we still doing today?
Departed from the law of God.
Read.
They knew not his statute, nor walked in the ways of his commandments.
Father, read that again.
They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments.
Hold that. Joe, go back to Isaiah 5 and 13. Read that first part, bro.
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge.
Because what?
They have no knowledge.
Let's go back to verse 12.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow, and forsaken of many. For who for the sin of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of God. They knew not his statute.
They what?
They knew not his statute.
Bruh, we went into captivity because we had no knowledge. We chose not to implement it. Read, bro.
Nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the path of discipline, in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child.
We're neither reverence old man nor pity child, man. We going through these things right now, man. You know what that strange nation is, right?
Right.
That's you.
That's right.
That strange nation is you. Because once you separate yourself from God, what have you become? Strange, right? An enemy, right? Think about it. Your own people do you way more dirty than the other nations.
Man, bring that out. That's right.
Your partner that you knee high from a grasshopper from the sandbox that talk to you something dirty versus another nation would. They know exactly what to say to piss you off. They know exactly what to say to get under your skin. They know exactly what to say to make you mad. They know exactly what to say to pull you out the spirit.
Right.
I had, growing up, I had more fights, more disputes, more situations, more problems from my own people than I did from the so-called white man.
That's right.
From the so-called Asian man.
That's right.
From all these other nations, I had more problems and more issues with my own people. Because we ain't want to listen. Because we don't want to implement the knowledge. Because we don't want to listen to God. Because we don't want to be the better version of ourselves. We rather be a hindrance and cause problem after problem after problem. Again, Israel, we are our own worst enemy. But we ain't listening, man. We ain't trying to hear it. Truth hurts. It's the only way to make you move. It's the only way to make you do something. That's the only way to make this start working. Read, bro.
Verse 16. These have carried away the dear beloved, children of the widow, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughter.
Man, we went through these things, bro, because we ain't want to pay attention. Because we ain't want to listen. Because we want to do everything but what God needed us to do. Because we want to do everything but what we signed on that contract that said we will do. Truth breakers. Backstabbers. Backbiters. Liars. Adulterers. Murderers. Busybodies.
That's right.
These were all in the clauses of that contract. But we said, you know what? Let me go on and do everything that he say not to do. Made ourselves look strange.
Right.
Made ourselves out to be enemies. Y'all ain't trying to hear it though. Give me Isaiah 30 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1.
Read.
Woe to the rebellious children.
What happened?
Woe to the rebellious children.
Man, he say destruction, man, and coming upon those rebellious children. Think about it. You didn't want to listen to your mom or your daddy growing up. What happened? That belt had to come out, right? That switch had to come out, right? That shoe, that fly swatter, whatever they can get their hands on had to come out, right? What you think God doing? He need to do something to shake your spirit, shake your mind up to realize, hey man, I don't think I need to be doing this right now. I don't think this is where I need to be located at. I don't think this is how I'm supposed to be thinking. I don't think I'm supposed to be treating my brothers and my sisters like this. Let me go back to the drawing board. Let me follow this blueprint. Right? Let me take a look at this manuscript that he got set up. Let me follow these instructions, the directions that's given. Read, bro.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
That do what?
But take counsel, but not of me.
Read.
And that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
That they may do what?
Add sin to sin.
Read.
That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to the trust in the shadow of Egypt.
And to do what?
Trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Man, we put our time, our essence. We put all of these things, man, into everything that is not profitable for us. We want to be like everybody else and do everything that everybody else doing versus what we need to be doing. What benefits have you gotten from trying to be like somebody else? Think about it. We want to eat the same foods that all these other people eat. So what you got? What benefited you from that? Oh wait, high blood pressure, gout, all kind of diseases, all kind of malfunctions with your body. Oh, you trying to be like Mr. Top Dollar, huh? Living above your means, huh? Trying to buy that Gucci and that Fendi and that Prada with the rest of that money for that check though, for your rent, for your groceries, for that phone bill, for that light bill. Are you trying to be like the puppet they put out in front of you, huh? With the fresh Jag and the Lambo, huh? What happened when you can't pay that car note? What happened when that insurance hit around and you ain't got that money though? You can be chasing after the repo man. We living in the shadow, bro, of the puppets that they put in front of us. We're following the shadow of the delusions of grandeur that we've created for our own selves. The illusions that we made in our mind that this is how we need to be living our life versus the way God gave us the instruction to where we would have length of days, to where we would have no worries, to where we would be wrapped up, fortified, protected, no worries, no issues. Because we wanted to live and follow after that shadow of Egypt, you ain't got nothing to show for it.
That's right.
Nothing but heartache, pain, lamentation, stress, depression, and oppression. So now that we know, why not do better?
Right.
So now that we know the stuff that we did, the steps that we took to lead up to this, why not do the reverse? Finish it out, huh?
Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Hello, it's gonna be what?
Be your shame.
You trying to pay that car note, but you ain't got no money in that bank, huh?
Be your shame.
Oh, you needed to pay that rent, but you spent that money on that Fendi and Gucci bag, though, huh?
Be your shame.
Read.
And the trust in the shadow of Egypt. You're confused.
You're what?
You're confused.
You're what?
You're confused.
Man, it's a confused state that we're living in right now, Israel. With the fringes on. Because we still not operating in the light of Christ, man. We still not trying to do better. Go back. Baruch 4:17.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 17. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemy.
Hold up. Go to 2 Corinthians 4:14. Read that.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 14.
They say, but what can I help you, right? Read.
Knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahawashi shall raise up us also by Yahawashi, and shall present us with you.
Read.
For all things are for your sake.
For what?
Are for your sake.
Read.
That the abundant grace might, through the thanksgiving of many, redound the glory of God.
Read.
For which cause we faint not.
For what?
For which cause we faint not.
Read.
But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For
hold on. Read that last part again. For the outward man.
For the outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
That's your help. You renewed day by day. That's your help. You're continuing to grow. You continue to get better. That's your help. You no longer had the malice and darkness and messed up mind. You can see clearly now because you applied the eye salve and you let it remove the blinders.
That's right.
Remove the blurriness. Finish it out, bro. Verse 17.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Man, all of these things, man, is to make you better. To bring attention to your mess up so you can now correct it and be better. To know better is to do better. Let's go back. Baruch 4 and 21.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 21. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and the hand of the enemy. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you.
That he will what?
Save you.
That he will what?
Save you.
Read.
And joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping.
For he sent you out with mourning and reaping, right? Read.
But God will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever.
That's that wisdom, that's that light. Read.
Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God.
From what?
From our God.
Read.
Which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting.
Man, this is what is coming, bro. This is what is in sight for you. But now that you know, you have to start doing better. The only way to get to this point, man, is to change how you are. 30-some odd years you've been living in the world. You think one to 2 years of so-called calling yourself being in the truth gonna change that?
Bring that out.
You gotta literally rebuild yourself. This is why. This is why the information was there. This is why the knowledge is here for you to gain and increase, to be the better version, to be the best version of yourself you can be. Read, bro.
My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you
What he
from
say?
God.
What do you say, do?
Suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God.
Read.
For thy enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
You say what?
His destruction.
But you seeing it now, though.
That's right.
You already seeing bits and pieces of the destruction now. Community in uproar. The lies being cast down. But he also gave you away. Gave you brothers and sisters to give you the game, to let you know to start prepping, to let you know to get things in order, to let you know to have the things that you need to stop sitting on your hands and actually do something. Read.
And shall tread upon his neck, my delicate one, have gone rough
He
ways.
say what?
My delicate ones have gone rough ways.
That's not listening. That's continuing to follow after that shadow of Egypt. Read.
And were taken away as a flock cut of the enemy. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God.
And do what?
And cry unto God.
And remember, when you're crying unto the Most High, man, you got to make sure your ducks are in a row. That you have been operating righteously. Because again, he say we're going to return to his place until you acknowledge your offense. You done got pulled over. You got all the work in the trunk. Lord, man, just let them not search the vehicle. Lord, just let me make it out of this, man. I ain't gonna do no more runs. 2 months down the later, your pocket's starting to get a little light, man. You think, man, you know what? I can do one more run. But then all of a sudden, you do that run, and guess what happened? Life gone. Never to be seen again. Bro, we get that good lip service, bro, but we not doing what we need to do. We love calling on Lord when things get bad, but we ain't did nothing to be saved out of it. We ain't did nothing, man, to reap the benefits of it. Again, we selfish, ungrateful. We got hatred upon hatred. Talk bad and dirty about our own self. And expect something good out of it. Expect something positive out of all of that negative. Out of all of that negativity, expect something positive. We got to work towards it, man. To know better is to do better. The game is given to you. Somebody else will tell you, man, the game is to be told, not told. But your God told you, I'm going to give you the game for free. I want you to be the best version of yourself. I want you to live length of days. I want you to have everything that you need. I want you to be good. So why not listen? Why not take the advantage of that information? Why not take the advantage of the knowledge? Why not take the advantage of it? Read, bro. Let's finish it out.
Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it is, was your mind to go astray from God? So being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Do what?
Seek him 10 times more.
Do what?
Seek him 10 times more.
Man, we got to, man. 30 some odd years, man, we was out there in darkness, man. We need to seek him 10 times more to get built up. We need to seek him 10 times more, man, to be that better version of ourselves. We need to seek him 10 times more, man, to have that all white garment, man. White raiment. Mind crystal clear. No darkness in sight. Read, bro.
For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that give thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall.
Man, it's time, man. It's time. You got a way out. Exit right above your head. Right in sight. It's time to take that route. Give me Romans 15:4, and we out.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4.
Read, bro.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
Man, to know better is to do better. That advantage, that information, that guidance, that understanding, that knowledge, that wisdom. Read it again, bro.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
That blueprint. Read.
Were written for our learning.
For what?
For our learning.
For what?
For our learning.
It was written, man, for you to do better. Now that you know. Now that you know, man, do better. Read.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Man, it's time, man. Time to put your best foot forward. It's time to really seek the light. It's time to stop blaming everybody else and take accountability for our actions.
That's right.
For our mess ups. So we can fix it and become stronger and better for it. Because until we stop blaming everybody else, man, we're not going to grow. We're not going to heal. To know better is to do better. We know we tripped out. Now what we need to do is walk in the light. Repent. Own up. And grow. And on that we say shalom.
Shalom.
That's right.